Health is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go!
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up, cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, behavior, that's a lifelong dream goal.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become a better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Health matters to me.
Good morning. This is Jackie.
And Coach Patrick.
Guys, thank you for coming in to Help Matters This Morning podcast, where your help matters.
Yes, it does. Another beautiful day the Lord has made.
And we're gonna rejoice and be glad in it. But we're gonna choose to do it. We're
That's
gonna choose to do it
on purpose.
on purpose.
Listen, guys, join us right here every Saturday at 9 a.m. as we bring you relevant information as it pertains to your health and well-being. We'll have healthcare professionals and other professionals on the show to assist us in helping you to be the best you that you can be as it pertains to your health and well-being. So make sure you tune in every Friday.
I mean, every Saturday.
Every Saturday. I don't know where Friday. I'm trying to
We
get a long
love
weekend. Okay.
Guys, so make sure you go ahead and head to Facebook and like our page, Get Fit with Jackie Fitness, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because your help matters at Health Matters Jackie and Coach.
All right, guys. Happy birthday to everybody that's celebrating a birthday this great month of January. Happy birthday to our pastor, Pastor Mitchell. He had celebrated his birthday on the 25th, and my sister celebrated a birthday, and my brother-in-law celebrated a birthday, and Deborah McDaniels, a great friend and sister of ours, celebrated a birthday. Who else celebrated a birthday?
Also,
January.
Minister Mildred Robertson.
birthday, happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. So I think it's other birthdays. I just
I'm pretty sure it is.
remember it's a lot of January
Yeah.
birthdays. It's
Happy
a lot of
birthday,
January
everybody.
birthdays. So happy
Enjoy,
birthday to
enjoy.
you. Enjoy your born day. It's nothing like celebrating yourself, and and celebrating, then others celebrate you as well.
Most
So it's
definitely.
nothing wrong with that. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your born day, and it is a day that the Lord has made. And and a lot of we say that, but sometimes we can say it so casually, but that has a true meaning to it. That means God has allowed us to live and see another day.
That's right.
He had breathed the breath of life in us yet another day.
Mhm.
So truly, it is today the Lord has made. So we don't take that for granted, and we just say it cliche. But this is truly the day the Lord has made, and we thank God that He has allowed us to be here and be in our right mind and be here. So hey, I'm grateful, to be here and among my family and friends and others, and still continue to do what God has called me to do.
Awesome. So again, happy birthday and happy anniversary to those that are celebrating an anniversary in this month of January. Whether you jumped the broom, tied the knot, however you did it, love, build, and become one.
Yes, yeah. And also, we want to say thank you guys, those who are viewing us on Facebook, whether it's YouTube or
Yeah,
Facebook.
thank you so much.
Good morning to you guys. We
Morning.
thank you for tuning in to us this morning. We got a great subject this morning, but we're gonna do some other things before we get into that. But hey, guys, we welcome your views and your opinions, guys. You can give us a call if you want to just come on to the podcast live with us. That number is 706-592-8862. Again, let me repeat that number, 706-592-8862. Or you can just comment in the comment section on YouTube or Facebook.
Most definitely. Listen, to be a sponsor, a partner, a friend of the show, you can call. Again, that number, 706-592-8862. We would love for you to partner with us to help us do what we do every Saturday at 9 a.m.
Yeah. Okay. I thought he
I
was
know
gonna
you
say
thought I was
Friday
going to say
again.
Friday.
I was checking. I'm like, oh, don't let him do that.
Jackie, guess what?
Woo! It's wild time, guys.
Yep,
It's wild
yep.
time. Wow 2024.
It's coming.
It's here. It's here.
So
It ain't just
excited.
coming, it's here. We are so excited, guys. You know, we met with the doctors and had a great meeting with every one of them. But I want to say this
And they're
first.
excited.
Very excited.
Yeah.
But I want everybody to hear us and really hear this. Women on the Wellness just not a platform just to bring, you know, the relevant information pertaining to health and well-beings. And of course, this is the one concerning women. But a lot of people don't know Women on the Wellness supports, they support and benefit the Cancer Support Service, formerly Lydia Project. And that is very dear to me. So portion of the proceeds that we bring in from this symposium from Women on the Wellness each year, we give back in the community to Cancer Support Services. And this organization supports men, women, children, and that's why they changed the name to Cancer Support Services from the Lydia, because they only used to serve women, but now they serve men, they serve children. And this goes to help family that travels with their family to get treatment, to give them transportation back and forth, and
Lodging,
lodging
food,
and food,
everything.
everything. So this is something that is dear to me, and this is something that once, you know, when I was diagnosed with early stage breast cancer back in 2007, I wanted to do something to make a difference, to impact in the community. And this is one, and where the funds stayed in the local community. And this is one of the organization, just one. The other one is the Miracle Mile for breast cancer, for women to get free breast cancer in the rural areas. But this is one of them. And so it's
Yeah.
two. We got three organizations that we benefits and support. The other ones is the children support service that we do for the kids as well. But this is one of them. And I want you to know we just don't do this every year just to do it, you know, but we do it to give back in the community, give back to those who is in need and new in help. But with that being said, God, we are super excited. The doctors are super excited. They ready to share with you. They ready to give their all to you in this symposium. They ready to pour out to you. And for us to get doctors over the CSRA to come in one place and on a Saturday, doctors after working all week and not having no time off to come in and share with you what they want to share with you as doctors, but also as women, women who are moving through aging, women who is in bracing ages, women who are going through changes and emotional changes, or women who just they don't know. This is the time to get information that you rarely may not get from your doctor, because you ain't got nothing but a 10 to 15-minute time frame with your doctor in your appointment, and that's for in between when you're seeing your doctor. But now you get to come in with breakout sessions. You get the one-on-one with doctor to milk doctors with all the information that they have to show you and teach you and bring into you
Help you. Yeah.
and help you.
Yeah.
So, guys, you don't want to miss this. So, this is a symposium. Women on the Wellness is a symposium, a platform like no other. That doesn't mean we're not better than each other. It's an experience. It's about a journey. It's about taking back control of our health. It's about taking control of our health and becoming whole. So, ladies, let's sign up. Get your sisters, your friend, your cousin, your nieces, the students, anyone that you would like to bring, and let's go. You don't get the chance to get out of Augusta a whole lot. Come on a Saturday morning on February the 10th and join us, and let's have a great time around the word of health as well as our spiritual health.
Well, it's not a far drive. It's just right across the river. We talking about
Right.
Aiken. We ain't talking about a long drive. So listen, CSRA, Women of CSRA is happening Saturday, February the 10th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be held on the USC Aiken campus, and that's located at 471 University Parkway in Aiken, South Carolina. Listen, we're going to feed you throughout the day. We're going to have great speakers throughout the day. You do not want to miss this event. There are still some seats open for registration, and we want you to register. As Jackie said, we got different levels of registration. If you bring a girlfriend, you pay less. If you are a student, you pay less because the students needs this too. The young ladies need it too. They need to
Right.
understand the challenges that they may face as they age. So it's going to be a great event. We would like to thank our sponsors. We have Aiken Regional is as a sponsor. We also have the USC Aiken University as a sponsor, and we like to thank the Wells family in honor of Sonia Wells. They're also a sponsor. Sonia always supported the event when she was living, and she's not here with us anymore. It's hard for me to even get past that, to even
Yes.
recognize that, but
But
we
we,
love her
yeah.
so much. We love her family, and we thank them for sponsoring in her honor the event, and also Sister Phyllis Ferris with Paparazzi. She's a sponsor also.
Yeah,
So
she's.
we thank our sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. We thank
Thank
them.
you. We appreciate it so much. So, guys, and like I said, it goes to a worthy cause, and benefiting the cancer support services, so we can continue to help families um, get back and forth,
Hmm.
transportation, get food and lodges, and the director over there, Michelle, she is so passionate about what she does, and she's so grateful for everything that uh, that she can get.
Right. And not only
Yeah,
that, Jackie, although it's for a good cause, it's for the people too. It's for the community because we want
absolutely,
to see you, get better. We want to see you find your fit and own your wellness so that you can
absolutely.
find yourself in a better place as it pertains to your health and your well being.
All right.
Again, that's happening on Saturday, February the 10th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the USC Aiken
Eight
campus.
o'clock starts the
Yeah, 8
yes.
o'clock it starts the registration on site, but the event is going to start promptly at 9 a.m. So yeah, an hour before that, the doors open at 8 a.m. You can come, you can get your continental breakfast and things of that nature, kind of mingle a little bit, but the event will start promptly at 9 a.m.
All right, guys.
Yeah, yep,
So
yep, yep, yep. And to register, you can go to www.womenowningwellness.com. Again, www.womenowningwellness.com to register for that symposium.
and you can also look if you have, you're on our Facebook page, or you can look and see and look up the doctors and look at their what they do and what they serve, what they practice in. So you can do that. We have
It's all on the website too.
it's all on there, holistic health, all of it. So we got everything covered. So guys, come on out and okay, grab this information. Normally, information that you have to get on an appointment and
Mm.
on the phone and ask doctor all this, and they're going to have things to take with you. Some doctors going to be bringing you. Hey, don't forget about our vendors. We got some awesome vendors
Vendors, yeah,
in
vendors,
the house,
giveaways.
and we want to thank those that are traveling from Augusta, coming all the way to Aiken with us.
I don't like when she keeps saying traveling and all the way. It's just right across the river, y'all. So don't
Well,
let that
coming,
don't let that stop
they're
you.
coming to.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
don't
gonna come with us.
don't let that stop
So
you from coming. It's just right across the water. You go downtown and just cross the water. You can jump across the river and be there.
yeah,
Okay.
right.
So listen, it's not a traveling issue. Just make sure you guys come. We're gonna have fun. Jackie gives away a lot of great gifts every year when she do this, so you don't want to miss that. So we're looking forward to you being in the house on February the 10th. All
All right,
right,
guys.
Jackie, let's jump into this lesson right here.
All right, guys. We're gonna be talking about wellness since
Yeah.
we are going into that subject. We're gonna be talking about wellness, and that's wellness is the new health, and we have to, wellness is it's a necessity. We have to,
That's it. And it looks different on
and it
everybody.
looks
Yeah.
different.
And it ain't just one area.
We have to, and we have to be good stewards
Hmm.
over what God has given us. We have to be good stewards over our bodies.
Yeah. And
You-
Jackie, there's so many different. Go ahead. You were still.
No, no,
Yeah, that there are so many different views on what wellness means.
right.
But based on the National Wellness Institute, it defines wellness as an active process through which people become aware of. That's so very important. Become aware of and make choices. That's another big one.
That's it.
Toward a more successful existence or a more successful lifestyle as it pertains to your health and wellness. Because we can, Jackie, become aware of things, and then we still don't make the choices to do the right things, to
It's a,
become healthy.
it's a personal responsibility, and we all have to take responsibility of that. And that's like I said, that's when being good steward, you know. And we was talking, and Coach and I was talking about, faith without works is dead, and that's in every area of life. And when we are in the area of our health, I think that can be kind of I ain't gonna say it's a cliche and people don't care, but I'm saying that can be kind of like, okay, I'm believing in God for my healing. I'm believing in God for, divine health and long life. But what are you doing
Actions, yeah.
in the natural
Right,
to take care of yourself?
right.
Are you eating well? Meaning, are you balancing out things that you're eating, not taking things away from you that you like to enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
but making sure majority of your your food intake or your food intake is more of a nutrition balanced food
Mm-hmm.
that's going to give you the necessary nutrients that your body need, and you're eating less of ultra processed foods which has empty calories
Mm-hmm.
with no nutritional value at all.
Right.
So
Now,
you think about that. Would you take something and use it when it has no value to it?
mm-hmm.
So if these things don't have value to it, why do you give it so much attention to it?
Right, right,
Not saying take it away. It's a balance in it,
right.
and your body have its way of telling you bag off. That's enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, enjoy the small indulgence, but back off. And get back into balance and back
Right,
into harmony
right.
with your body.
And that's why it's so important to have that balance of, eating for pleasure and eating for purpose. If you have that good balance between the two, and then you're gonna be okay. Jack, let's take a quick pause, right, for just a second. Just hold our thought where we at, right? Hold
Mhm.
that thought for me, because I'll forget it, right? Because I'm older than you, okay? So hold that thought for me. But I just wanted to make this announcement. I want to just make it real clear on the registration for the WOW event is that at 8 a.m. is actually a check-in. Okay, so the registration has to be before the event, so that's why you need to go to www.womenowningwellness.com to register before the event start. And then the day of the event at 8 o'clock, the doors are open, and that's going to be your check-in time. You'll go to the registration table, and you'll receive your goodie bag, and you'll receive everything you need from the registration table and get checked in to the event, which starts at 9 a.m. Okay, just wanted to make that clear. All right, so Jack, let's jump right back where we was. Now, where we was?
We was talking about
Okay.
faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
And so I seen a picture on Facebook, and it was two ladies. One of them had a flower, and it was in the garden, and she was just standing there, and she had the word faith, and with her hands like in prayer, faith. And the other lady in the back of her had the same flower, but she was watering it. She was pulling up weeds and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then she had on her faith with works. The other one had faith without works.
Okay.
So we have to do the work. So while we know we trust God and He's our healer, and we trust Him, and we know God can perform miracles,
Mm-hmm.
but there is work that we have to
Yeah.
do
Yeah, we have to participate in the
while we're
process.
believing.
Right. And wellness is a conscious, self-directed and evolving process, of achieving your full potential as it pertains to your health and well-being, because we know that if we're not in good health, if we got ailments, if we got injuries or things like that, some things, you have to go through, but it could limit your potential. It could limit how you operate in your purpose, but being wellness is the pathway to optimal living, to be able to live and enjoy what you're doing without pain, without worrying about different type of unhealthy conditions and things of that nature. So when applying wellness, a person becomes aware of the interconnectedness of the dimensions of wellness, which is a lot of dimensions of wellness. Some people say 11, some people say 15, some people say 6, but we're going to talk about a few of those dimensions of wellness, and we probably won't cover all of them, but just a few of them. Like spirit, soul, mind, body, physical, emotions, social, intellectual, environmental. All of these are different dimensions of well-being, and how they contribute to a healthy life, how they contribute to you living a healthier life.
And one thing else I want to say, Coach, we have to, when we know the dimensions of wellness, and it's about wholeness, it's about the whole person, spirit, soul, and body.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about the whole person, and we have to have a understanding of each one of them and how we are wired through each one of them,
Right.
how we move through each one of these areas in our lives, because we have to pay attention to all of them.
You do. Yeah.
We have to, and ignoring some of them
Mm-hmm.
can adversely
Affect
affect the other,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually affect your quality of life.
Definitely.
So we have to pay attention. We don't say they have to be all in balance, but we have to make sure that they're in harmony kind of with each other, and they're check in on them every once in a while. That's that mental help. And that's why, thank God Dr. Tara Stalin would be there,
Mm-hmm.
and she's going to be talking about that. And, Dr. Benita, they're going to be talking about those areas as
Right.
well. So we have to understand that we have emotions involved. We have our social, we have the physical, we have all these
Right.
occupational, financial, we have all these areas that we operate in through this earth,
Mm-hmm.
and the one can affect the other if we don't have some kind of
Balance. Mm-hmm.
balance, a harmonious balance going on. Like they
Right.
say, all of them don't have to be at balance at once, but we do check in.
Mm-hmm.
We can't neglect any of them.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to make sure these things are moving in harmony with one another.
Right. And that's what wellness is about, and wellness affects your well being. We talked about one area being spiritual wellness, Jackie. Spiritual wellness is a
Right.
personal matter. It involves, values, it involves beliefs that provide a purpose in our lives. And it comes with the promise, it involves having a relationship with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for me and for Jackie. And
Right.
for a lot of people listening to this podcast, our spiritual wellness involve having a relationship
With your
with the Lord
creator.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
And the word tells us what, Jackie, to seek the kingdom first, right?
Yeah.
And
And
it's
his
so
righteousness.
yeah, it's so important to do that, because when we seek the kingdom, we seek our creator. Just think about when you buy new devices or you buy new toys for your kids. A lot of times you don't know the purpose for them, but it comes with instructions. It comes with instructions that the person that created that thing is going to tell you how to put it together and how to use it. So yeah, for our spiritual wellness, we got to have that relationship. We have to seek the kingdom first, because our creator, he knows the purpose of a thing. He created us, right? So he knows our purpose. He knows our purpose. He know, when Paul in the Bible, when Paul, one of the first questions he asked, when he was getting a relationship with Jesus Christ, is, what would you have me to do? And that's a question that all of us need to ask as it pertains to our spiritual wellness,
Right.
so that we can walk into our purpose, so that we can complete our destiny.
Yes, and that's a process.
Yeah.
That's a journey in
Ongoing
itself.
process.
It's an ongoing
Lifestyle.
process. And as
Lifestyle.
long as you're still living and moving and breathing in Him on this earth,
Mm-hmm.
that it's a process.
Yeah.
You got things that you have to do.
Right.
So we seek our Father, we seek our Creator,
Mm-hmm.
and get in line and get in alignment in what with His Word, so He can instruct and guide us in what we
In our
are called
daily
to
life.
do in our
That's right.
daily life.
That's
We
right.
we acknowledge him in all our ways, not some of them, but all our
All of
ways
them.
we acknowledge him
Hmm.
in all of these areas. So
Hmm.
we function as a whole.
Well, so you just said it
We're a
in all of
tripart
these areas.
being. In all
Right.
of these areas, we are functioning.
Right.
And I'm not, when I say it, balance, I mean, that doesn't, all of them don't have to be equally balanced, but they have to be in somewhat of find that fit, find that harmony.
Hmm.
We're okay. I'm okay here, but some are more dominant than others.
Hmm.
Dealing with emotions, you're dealing with all of these different things, and you got to make sure, hey, I'm getting my exercise, I'm moving more, I'm balancing out what I'm eating, But occasionally, I like to enjoy me a slice of cake or blah blah this. So, but I know when to what bag off.
Balance.
When that thing is getting off.
Self control.
There we go.
That's part of
And that's
wellness.
part of a fruit of the spirit.
And that's part of wellness. That's good,
Yes.
Jackie. As we talk about spiritual
Yeah.
wellness, how do you build that muscle up? How do you build that spiritual muscle up? Well, you got to read the Bible. You got to study the word for yourself.
And
And when you do that, you'll discover your purpose and your destiny in Him. Prayer. You have to pray. You have to express yourself. You have to talk to God. You have to be intimate with God. And as we started off the show, when you pray, you got to put action to behind what you're believing for, because faith without action is dead.
yeah, you have to put the work in. You have to put the work. God has to see the effort.
Build that spiritual muscle.
You
Yeah.
have to put the work in. And I think how we we kind of get off, we look at others. But we got to find what works for us. We got to
Hmm.
find that fit what works for us.
Hmm.
We got to find and fine tune what works for us, because each one of our journey is different.
That's right.
Each one of our steps are different. Each one of our paths are different.
Hmm.
So we have to find that harmony and that what works for us and what feels right for us, what naturally feels right. And our
And
pastor
now,
was talking about that
yeah.
what's feeling, what is inside is telling you.
Right. But let me add this to it, because there's so much going on in the spiritual part in the churches and stuff these days. It ain't all about what makes you feel better, too. I
Yeah.
just want to say it's about, is God is convicting you, the Holy Spirit is convicting you, then you have to make that change, right?
Yes.
You can't look for something in
It's something making
as
you
it
feel
pertains to
uncomfortable.
spiritual to make you feel good all the time. Sometimes, the word will, make you feel convicted, and sometimes the word will make you feel kind of, this person know my business. Yeah, because God, the Holy Spirit, is telling you here's something that I need you to identify you and be aware of, and get more into my word so I can help pull you out of these things. That may be bitterness. It may be anger. It may be anything. And when that word rubs you a little bit and causes you to be convicted, then that just means that there's something that needs to change in that area for you can build that spiritual muscle. Another area is emotional wellness. Now, this is a big one. Jackie talked about mental wellness, and all of these areas affect our
Yes, how
mental
we are coping.
well-being. But emotional wellness is the ability to understand ourselves and cope with the challenges of life, because we're going to have challenges. As long as we're on this earth, we're going to have challenges, but it takes a certain ability to be able to cope with those things. And some people can't just do it on their own when it comes to emotional wellness.
Right.
Sometimes they need professional help. Sometimes they need counseling from the spiritual leaders. But it's the ability to acknowledge and
Yeah.
share feelings in a productive manner, and that's key right there.
Yeah. And know when to seek professional help. It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's a stigma in the Black community that, we don't do that.
Don't wanna
We
be
trust
tagged
God, and
crazy or
we
something.
do
Yeah.
trust God,
Yeah.
but there's still work
Yeah.
that we have to do. So he raised up and he have professional people in the professional field,
Most definitely.
to help us in these areas. So don't be afraid to reach out and get help and sit down with someone to talk to them.
Most
Not just anyone, So you just, get guidance and counseling on how to get someone to talk to, because, it's okay. You acknowledge those feelings, but you don't allow them to govern your lives. You
Right.
don't allow, because feelings are fickle. they up and down, and as we age, especially women, hormonal disruption, we can be here, we can be there, we can be everywhere,
Mm,
but we have to bring those things back into harmony.
right.
And sometimes it takes going to that professional to get some things to help you come back in balance. And that's what I like with Dr. Benita. She's going to be talking about that. And at the wellness symposium, as well as Dr. Tara Stallings. So that's going to be really, really key
Most
to
definitely.
tune in to that and really, really listen, and and receive. Come with an open heart. Don't come with with not is I'm gonna learn, or with just come with an open heart. Move self out the way and just open your heart and just receive. Take in what you need, and everything else, hey, what it was, just chew what you need.
Yeah, you
And
said it.
you
Take in what you need,
it's
and what's
real,
for you is
guys.
for
It's a
you.
lot going on in this
Right.
world.
So
It's a
it's
lot going on in this world. We can't ignore it.
mm,
We can't ignore it. And I know myself and my husband are on mandated assignment to help bring relevant information that pertains to your health and well being. And so, God, like you said, when people reject the knowledge, they are my people destroyed of a lack of knowledge because they reject it, they ignore it. We know we here to give this word. We know we here to spread health and wellness in this world through the community. And we're going to do it. Admissions is not going to change whether people receive it or not. But guys, I'm telling you, you have to open your hearts and begin to see. Look at what's going around us.
yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
it.
And here's the
Yes.
thing, we all can do better in this area of
All of
wellness,
us. None of us exempt.
Yeah, so we all can do better in this area. And if you know that you can do better in this area, then take care of your wellness. Take care of your wellness. So we talked about spiritual wellness, emotional wellness, social wellness. Your social well-being is very critical for you and your life and your mental well-being. Your social well-being wellness is the ability to relate, to and connect with other people. That's important. A lot of people have problems with that, and a lot of people would tag them as being antisocial. It's like not all the time that people are being antisocial. It's just how they're made, and their social skills are not very good, so they tend to avoid relating and connecting with other people. Our social wellness is to establish and connecting with people to establish and maintain positive relationships, with family, friends, and coworkers. These things are important for your life, to have those positive relationships with
Right.
family member, friends, and coworkers. And then if you can have those positive relationships, then when it goes back to your emotional well-being, right? You're able to acknowledge that, and you're able to share the feelings, and then still be productive in that area and being able to share with others.
Yeah, and people kind of react or respond to where they're at in their lives, or what experiences they have had, until they know better and then begin to put these things into practice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we have to show other people grace. We have to show ourselves grace and be,
Right.
help be patient with one another, bear with one another. That doesn't mean we let people mentally and physically abuse us, but there's a line that we have to be patient and with one another and bear with one another. And because we all have had some experiences through our life, and some of us has matured, and those that are more mature, we have to extend grace
Most
to
definitely.
other people.
And Jackie, this social wellness, is really tricky, because a lot of your personality traits play a part into that. Some personality traits you're strong in, some personality traits you're weaker or in, but it plays a lot into your social wellness. But social wellness is so important because we have to connect with others, right? We have to be able to talk and conversate, and trust, other people,
Yes, absolutely.
friends, family, and coworkers. So that's an important part of our wellness. Physical wellness. Physical
Yes.
wellness, Jackie.
Yes, the ability to maintain a healthy quality of life that allows us to get through our daily activities without undue fatigue or physical stress.
And that's our everyday life.
Yes, and adopting healthy habits leads to ultimate physical wellness, routine checkup,
Gotta have them.
This is preventative. This is prevented. A healthy, balanced diet. You
Gotta
know
do it.
that's different from everybody. You
Mhm.
know that like I said, we have to fine tune what works for us when it comes to when we're talking about balance. We have to
Mhm.
find what works for us. Um, Being physically active, moving. I like to just say move.
Yeah, so important.
Getting your rest, getting enough sleep.
Now that rest, that's a big one.
And I'm telling you, and it
Yeah.
affects your health when
Yeah,
you don't get the rest that you need. Managing stress, unmanaged stress can lead to other things
most definitely.
in your health.
Mhm.
So we have to put all these things in perspective. Avoiding tobacco. That just no reason to smoke. I know some people smoke, and those are some addictions, and so we have to pray for them, because but cigarettes leads to other things. So cigarettes, no. Drug, excessive alcohol use, unhealthy eating, and
All
when
those
we
are unhealthy habits. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So just these things, and we have to and know our numbers. What's your blood ranges? What's your weight? What's your blood pressure? What all these you have to know these things. That's preventative care. You
Mhm.
have to practice preventative care. You have to go to the doctor. You cannot prognose or diagnose yourself. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what to pray for if you don't know what's going on, and it takes you going to a healthcare professional to get blood work done, get checkup to see what's going on, so I can put some efforts into what they're saying. Maybe make these changes,
Mhm.
and from there, and I'm trusting God for my healing. But you gotta be doing the things that you're supposed to be doing.
Most definitely. And and then it helps you to have a good conversation with your doctor when you know those numbers. And so many times, I hear people say, "Well, my doctor say I got high cholesterol. My doctor say I got diabetes." Then I say, "Well, what your numbers are?" And they don't even know. So you have to have that conversation. What are my numbers? You might be
Yeah.
borderline into being diabetic, and the doctor say, "Well, you got diabetes." But ain't said nothing about, well, you're just borderline. So
Where
if
the
you
numbers at?
Right. So if you're at a borderline, so if you do something for us physically, you can bring those numbers back down if you make these changes. Some doctors will share that with you. Some doctors won't. They'll be quick to put you on medication. Medication has its place. I'm not down in it, but that's what you want that to be your last option. If you still have a chance to do something by changing your physical activity levels and eating, changing your diet to bring down these numbers, then that's the first thing you want to do. And that's challenging, but that's why you want to know your numbers
Yes.
so that you can see where you're at on that scale. And if I'm so far down where I got to get medication to bring it back down, then you got to follow your doctor orders.
Ask the right questions. And I always
Right.
used to tell our patient when I worked at the hospital, get at least 3 to 5 questions. You may not get all of them, and you take those in. The reason I say that, because patients get in there and they forget. Oh, I forgot to ask the doctor this. I forgot to ask the. Write them down, and then
Right.
they call him back on the phone. I need to talk to the doctor, and the doctor is going on to another patient doing his admit time, or she's doing their stuff, and it's hard for them to get back. Bring those questions with
Right.
you
You only got
to
15 to
the
30 minutes.
doctor. Like Coach said, what is the ranges? Give me the range
Hmm.
for, borderline before I am being asked to take medication. Know those numbers. Do your own research
Yeah.
from evidence-based places, Mayo Clinic, WebMD. You have relevant places, National Institution on Age. These areas have information that you can look at that would give you, and then you can go ahead and so confirm it or ask your doctor, hey, listen, can you tell me about this? So when you're doing that, you like, oh, wait, because when you go in there and you're knowledgeable and the doctor know you're putting effort in what you're doing, they more will trust me. I work with them. They will go out their way and help you. Okay, listen, let's, just if you just keep doing this, but I want you to just cut back on this. They will more, hey, you can do this holistically, without the medication. But if you don't change some habits, If you, because the information alone is not going to help you change. Now, it will spark up something, but if you're not putting forth action and doing something,
Effort.
it's just information going rejected and neglected.
Hmm. So that's good. That's good. A couple more areas we're going to share because we get into our time. Intellectual wellness, that's the desire to learn new concept, improve skills, seek challenges in pursuit of lifelong learning, so that you can be an impact in your community, so that you can be an impact, in your area, in your space, in this life.
Somebody,
Occupation, what's up, Jack?
somebody have something. Somebody said you asked the doctor's office to mail you your labs results so you can have a paper copy, and that's right.
That's
You
good.
got too much elect technology out here where you can pull down your own paperwork, and if it's something that you don't understand, you can go in. Hey, I got my own lab work. I want to
Hmm.
know these numbers right here, so you can do this stuff yourself.
Right,
You
because a lot
can't.
of it is electronic,
It's
like you say, Jackie,
electronic, and
and
you
you
can.
can always have
Right.
access
And when
to
you know the ranges and you were like, wait a minute, this is kind of too close to the borderline. Let me call my doctor. And I'm like, okay, hey, doc, I need you to, check this out or run some more tests or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, most definitely. So intellectual wellness, and that's important to a lot of people. Like you said, a lot of people love going to school. They love challenging their brain. So intellectual wellness, and that put them in a good space. Occupational wellness, that's the personal fulfillment that you have on your jobs. That's the personal fulfillment you get in not just on the 9 to 5, but doing what God has called you to do. Your chosen career field. While still having that balance in your life. So, your occupation shouldn't take all your family time. Your occupation shouldn't keep you out of church. Your occupation, because that's what unbalanced. So, your occupational wellness is a personal fulfillment in your life the way you can do other things in your life. God is our source. Everything else is just a resource, as it pertains to occupational wellness. Yes, this is my job. Yes, this is what I do to make a living. Yes, this is my chosen career field. This is my purpose. But God is the source, and He's going to bring the fulfillment in those areas if you
Yes,
allow Him to. Yeah.
absolutely. And so, like you said, getting back in harmony
Right.
and back in fine tune in what works for you. And all of this looks different on each person.
Hmm.
So when you're finding that, fine tuning that, and finding your fit and fine tuning that, you're more aware,
Hmm.
of what's going on. Hey, wait a minute, I haven't been to the doctor in a while. I haven't had a physical in a while. Or wait a minute, ooh, I've been drinking too much juice. Let me bag off. That's when you're aware, okay? And your body, like I said, as you age, will have you, will tell you. It speaks to you. You just ignore it sometime.
Why you
But
keep
you got
going back to physical? We
I
occupation.
don't know. We're on occupational wellness now, God. That's a personal fulfillment from our jobs and our
Right.
chosen career fields where we still maintaining balance in our life. And some of
Right.
us are still working,
And let me say
on
something to that too, Jackie, because on our jobs, it could cause a lot of stress.
yes.
Especially if we're working in areas that we don't want to work at, and then it does affect our physical.
Remember, I
You know,
told you it
it affects
adversely
our
affects
emotions.
the other.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
other things. That's why it has to be in harmony. So, like you say, occupational wellness is very important because this thing here can dictate the rest of your life. If you're working somewhere that you really don't want to work, you're not being fulfilled.
Yeah.
If you're not operating in your purpose, yet occupational, what you're doing for a living, could cause a lot of physical things.
You
Yeah.
absolutely. Someone said, put forth the effort and work to be a better you in your health journey.
Right.
Let God lead and guide you on your wellness journey. Yes, it's very important that you bring God on this journey. You can't do this by yourself,
Right.
and a network of supported people that are like minded
Yeah.
that gonna support you. Not nobody that's gonna knock you down and not gonna support you and gonna judge you. No, they just gonna be there for that moral support and to like, okay, come on, girl, we can do this.
Right.
And we can't let the world trends and fads of the diet culture and fitness culture to tell us what health look like.
Most
Because
definitely.
we know that don't look like
Yeah.
what health looks
Yeah.
like or what we looking at today.
Yeah, society
I had
has
to
its
say that.
standards, and those standards are screwed up.
Yes.
But listen, and that final area that we want to talk about, and like I said, this is not all encompassing. We just talked about a few areas of and dimensions of wellness, environmental wellness. A lot of us don't pay attention to that. We have to recognize our own responsibility. for the quality of air that we breathe,
The water.
for the quality of the water that we drink and that we use. And we have to take all of that in consideration because it positively impacts our community. you
Right.
know
Littering.
right, littering and using the restroom and pouring out all on plate, that in turns affects all of us as it
Burning
gets to
trash,
certain systems.
and
Yeah.
do y'all know that burning trash, I don't know why it's not illegal. Burning trash and that smoke sets off a chemical, the college, I mean a carcinogen, which
Carcinogens.
yeah, carcinogen, which can cause cancer.
Hmm.
And I just remember the days when my dad used to burn trash in the barrels and just back there and burning trash. And that trash and burning for hours. And he used to just stand around it, stand over it.
Yeah.
And so that can affect your health,
Right.
and that also can cause cancer.
So, and here's the thing: it's burning the trash is never going to be illegal, but there's some safe ways in which to do it to try to protect yourself as best you can. You don't want to be burning stuff and it's coming inside your house, and you got because it
You
affects people like
inhaling
Jackie
it,
say, yeah,
going
you inhale it.
outside.
But you can put on. There are some things though that you can put on outside that will help you breathe and block out that
Because it
stuff.
affects the
That
environment. Look,
filters that
think
stuff.
about all this stuff is
Yeah.
going out and people outside walking,
Yeah,
and
but I'm just addressing that because you said it should be legal. It ain't gonna never be
well,
legal,
that's my
especially out
opinion.
here in the
And
country.
our skin is the biggest filter.
Yeah.
Thing absorbed through
Oh, yeah,
our
most definitely,
skin.
most
We
definitely.
think it's just our nose and mouth, but our skin is one of the biggest, organism, and then we absorb these
Definitely.
things through our skin.
Most definitely, and we don't realize that sometimes. Okay, so we talked about a few areas. We talked about spiritual wellness. We talked about emotional wellness, social wellness, physical wellness. We talked about intellectual wellness, occupational wellness, and environmental
And
wellness.
financial, they didn't threw
Yeah.
financial
Yeah,
wellness
and
in
like I
there,
say, there's a
coach,
lot of other areas we can keep going, and we'll be here till
because the
tomorrow.
financial
But
wellness
yeah,
affects.
financial wellness.
Yeah.
That's it. But all of these things, guys, you have to try to manage them in different areas. You have to take back control in every area of
Of
your
your
life.
life, yes.
Self control is one of the fruit of the spirits. So a lot of times when we find ourselves out balanced in different areas, is because we've allowed that thing to take the control. We've allowed our flesh to take control in those areas. So we just have to regain control. We take
Get back
control.
in harmony.
We navigate how those different areas are going to look
Yeah. Yeah.
in our lives.
Get back, find that fit and fine tune
And
it.
on your
Get
wellness.
right back in it,
Yeah,
and
there you go.
and on your wellness.
Find that fit on
And
that
that's
wellness.
it. And it looks
Every area.
different. And don't let somebody tell you theirs should look like yours. It all look different.
That's right.
Certain things comes with aging. We may not. I like aging. I love aging because that's a
privilege.
It's a privilege, wisdom,
Yeah.
all of it. I wouldn't trade where I'm at today to where I used to be. I'm enjoying. It's how we navigate through that.
That's it.
It's how we navigate through aging
And manage
and,
the
and
side
embrace
effects.
it and
And
manage
the
the
side
effects that
of
comes with
aging.
aging. And we all move through it. So
Yeah.
be grateful for what your body can do, for what it can do for you today.
Mhm.
Because I'm grateful. Hey, I'm glad I can move these fingers. I'm glad I still can talk. I'm glad I can move the body.
Yeah.
So be grateful for what this body can do for you today. So start telling your body, I'm grateful for you that you can move, because when you tell it that, it acts like that.
Awesome, guys. We didn't had you long enough this morning. We thank
know.
you so much for listening to Health Matters on this morning. We want you to like our Facebook page at Get Fit with Jackie Fitness and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Help Matters Jackie and Coach.
Guys, remember, we're here to help you to become a better you, to be the best you that you can be. We'd like to leave you with 3 John 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Guys, we love you. Don't forget to register for WOW 2024. It's time to ignite and unite, guys, in the CSRA at the Women Owned and Wellness 2024 in Aiken, South Carolina at the USC Aiken campus, guys. Go to www.womenownedandwellness.com and get your registration in. We love you. We looking forward to seeing you there, guys. Have a blessed and wonderful day.
Health is life. matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go. Come on, get up, cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual need. Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, no positive attitudes, behavior as a lifelong dream goes. Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become a better you, to be the best, you the best version you can be. Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here, Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.